This is why Cardi didn't settle, though. Because if you pay...
Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. Because Cardi B's courtroom drama didn't just end with a victory, it sparked a brand new legal war that's already shaking the entertainment world. After being declared not guilty in a heated $24 million civil trial, Cardi B's legal team is turning the tables in a shocking way. Yes, you heard that right. Cardi's lawyer is preparing to sue the very security girl who accused her in the first place. The claim? That the woman fed the court false information, tried to destroy Cardi's reputation, wasted the court's valuable time, and damaged Cardi's public image in ways that can't be measured. Now, if you've been following this saga from the beginning, you know it's been a roller coaster. The security girl's lawsuit demanded a jaw-dropping $24 million in damages, claiming Cardi B had assaulted her during a tense incident. But when all the evidence was laid out, the case started crumbling like sand under pressure. Witness testimonies didn't add up. Key statements contradicted one another. And then came the game changer. Cardi B's doctor himself testified that not a single person was struck, except for an accidental bump involving a receptionist. That revelation shifted the entire trial in Cardi's favor. After days of tense courtroom drama, the jury came back with a verdict. Cardi B was not guilty. Cheers erupted from her supporters, while shockwaves rippled across social media. The security girl's accusations had collapsed under the weight of truth. But that's not where this story ends. It's where it begins. Because Cardi's lawyer wasn't satisfied with just clearing Cardi's name. No, he wants accountability. He's publicly stating that the security girl's accusations weren't just baseless, they were malicious, meant to humiliate Cardi, waste the court's resources, and drag the superstar through a storm of public shame.
This is why Cardi didn't settle, though.
And here's the
kicker. Because if you pay
Cardi's lawyer is now preparing to hit back with a lawsuit of his own. The countersuit is set to demand damages for defamation of character, the spreading of false claims, and even compensation for the emotional and financial toll this trial took on Cardi B fans are stunned. Supporters argue Cardi deserves every cent for the hell she was put through. Detractors claim this could silence accusers in future cases. But no matter what side you fall on, one thing is clear. This story just went from being a defense case to an all-out offensive strike. And it's not just about money. Cardi's legal team says this case is about principle. That when someone falsely accuses a celebrity or anyone, there must be consequences. This isn't just about Cardi B, one insider revealed. This is about stopping people from weaponizing the courts for clout or revenge. But here's the question. Can Cardi's lawyer actually prove that the security girl acted with malicious intent? Or will this turn into another drawn-out legal war with no end in sight? Stick with me, because we're about to break down every angle, every twist, and every shocking detail in this courtroom chess match. The dust had barely settled after Cardi B's not guilty verdict, when whispers started circulating about her lawyer's next move. Fans thought Cardi would finally get a break, step back into her music, and leave the court battles behind. But no, her attorney came out swinging, declaring that justice wasn't complete until the security girl was held accountable. According to insiders close to the case, Cardi's lawyer views the security girl's actions as more than a simple misunderstanding. He argues that the lawsuit was a carefully constructed lie, designed to ruin Cardi's reputation while cashing in on her fame. In his words, this was never about justice. This was about exploitation. And when you think about it, the damage wasn't just financial. Cardi B's name was dragged through tabloids, splashed across headlines with words like assault and violence. Every step she took into that courthouse was broadcast to millions. For weeks, the world was encouraged to see her not as an award-winning rapper and mother, but as a defendant. The impact on her brand was undeniable. Endorsement deals slowed down. Corporate partnerships stayed silent. Even fans online were torn, some defending Cardi with fiery passion, while others wondered if the lawsuit meant she had crossed a dangerous line. It was reputational damage on a global scale. And yet, after all that chaos, the court ruled in Cardi's favor. The jury's decision should have been the end. But Cardi's lawyer insists it cannot stop there. He wants to send a message that spreading false allegations for fame or money has consequences, that wasting the court's time with fabricated stories is a crime in itself. Social media erupted when this news hit. On Twitter, one fan wrote, "That security girl tried to ruin Cardi's life. She better pay for it." Another chimed in, "This is bigger than Cardi. It's about protecting women from being falsely accused just because they're successful." But of course, not everyone agreed. Critics argued that Cardi suing the woman back could have a chilling effect. Some said it might discourage real victims from coming forward, fearing they could face countersuits if their cases didn't hold up. The debate grew so fierce that even legal analysts jumped in, debating the potential ripple effects of such a case. But make no mistake, Cardi's lawyer isn't bluffing. Reports say he's already gathering evidence to prove that the accusations were knowingly false. Emails, testimony discrepancies, even the timeline of events are being scrutinized to show that this lawsuit wasn't just weak, it was fraudulent from the very start. Behind closed doors, Cardi herself has remained mostly silent, letting her lawyer handle the noise. But those close to her say she's furious, not just at the $24 million lawsuit, but at the audacity of being painted as a villain while she was pregnant, vulnerable, and simply trying to protect her privacy. This isn't just business, it's personal. And that's why this next legal battle could be even more explosive than the first. Because if Cardi wins, it could flip the script entirely, turning the accuser into the accused and rewriting the legacy of this courtroom saga in Cardi's favor forever. But if she loses, it could raise questions about whether her victory was as strong as we thought. Now let's break this down. What exactly can Cardi B's lawyer sue for? The first and most obvious charge is defamation of character. Defamation, in plain words, is when someone spreads damaging lies about you that hurt your reputation. And in Cardi's case, the lies weren't whispered in private. They were filed in court, broadcast to the world, and amplified by media outlets hungry for clicks. But that's not all. Cardi's team is also reportedly considering suing for time wastage. Think about it. Months of court appearances, lost opportunities, the stress of having to defend herself while the world watched her every move. Time she could have spent recording, touring, or even just being with her family was stolen by what turned out to be a baseless lawsuit. Add to that the financial strain. Even though Cardi ultimately won, court battles aren't cheap. Lawyers, travel, expert witnesses, all of it costs money. Her attorney argues that those resources could have been avoided entirely if the security girl hadn't fabricated her claims. This isn't just about revenge. It's about reclaiming what Cardi lost. But here's where it gets tricky. Suing someone back isn't as simple as filing a complaint. Cardi's lawyer has to prove that the woman knowingly lied, that she wasn't just mistaken or confused, but that she deliberately set out to deceive. That means building an airtight case with documents, testimonies, and contradictions lined up like dominoes. Word on the street is that Cardi's legal team already has several bombshell pieces of evidence ready to drop. Whispers say the security girl's story changed multiple times. Details about where the alleged assault happened, who was present, and what exactly was said. Each inconsistency, no matter how small, is now being weaponized against her. Fans online have been eating this up like the season finale of a drama series. On Instagram, one commenter said, "She tried to take $24 million from Cardi. Now she about to lose everything. Karma is real." Another wrote, "This is why you don't play with people's names. Cardi has money, power, and lawyers. She's not the one." But as always, there's another side. Some people are nervous. One tweet with thousands of likes read, "If Cardi sues her, other women will think twice before coming forward with real cases. This could silence victims everywhere." That's the ethical dilemma. Justice for Cardi versus the chilling effect on future accusers. Legal experts are weighing in too. Some argue that Cardi is fully within her rights and that high-profile figures need to fight back against false claims to protect themselves. Others warn that the lawsuit could set a dangerous precedent where celebrities use their wealth to intimidate anyone who speaks out against them. It's a debate as old as fame itself. And while all this plays out in the public eye, Cardi herself has been sending subtle signals through social media. One cryptic post read, "You can't play with my name and think I won't clap back." Another showed her in the studio, hinting that she might even put some of this courtroom drama into her music. Fans are now wondering, will we get a diss track out of this? The stage is set, the players are in motion, and the tension couldn't be higher. Cardi has already survived one legal storm, but this countersuit could either solidify her as a queen who fought back against lies, or risk dragging her into yet another exhausting chapter. And trust me, the world will be watching every second of it. Behind closed doors, Cardi B's legal team is said to be moving with military precision. Sources close to the case reveal that her lawyers are compiling a timeline of every single statement the security girl ever made, whether in interviews, on social media, or in court documents. Each contradiction is being flagged, highlighted, and prepared for what could become a devastating countersuit. And get this, rumors suggest Cardi's lawyers might even subpoena phone records and private messages. If they can prove the security girl discussed getting money from Cardi before filing the lawsuit, it would completely destroy her credibility. Imagine the drama if text messages surfaced showing the whole case was a calculated move for cash. On the flip side, whispers in the media claim the security girl isn't going down without a fight. Her camp is reportedly working on a defense narrative, arguing that she felt genuinely threatened and only filed her complaint out of fear. In her version, she didn't lie. She simply misinterpreted events in the heat of the moment. But will that argument stand up in court after Cardi's doctor and other witnesses shut down her story? The stakes couldn't be higher. If Cardi wins this countersuit, she won't just walk away with money, she'll walk away with vindication. It would send a powerful message to anyone thinking of coming after her with false claims. Try me and you'll regret it. But if things don't go her way, critics will call it overreach, accusing her of weaponizing her fame. And that's where the emotional weight of this story really hits. Cardi isn't just a celebrity. She's also a wife, a mother, and a woman who's been open about her struggles with stress and anxiety. Imagine juggling motherhood, music, and business while also living under the constant shadow of lawsuits. No wonder her lawyer is going on the offensive. It's not just about money, it's about peace of mind. Word on the street is that Cardi has been leaning heavily on her inner circle during this time. Friends and family have reportedly rallied around her, encouraging her to fight back and clear her name once and for all. Offset, despite all the ups and downs in their relationship, has also been spotted showing support during parts of the trial. Love him or hate him, his presence speaks volumes. But let's not forget, this isn't just Cardi versus one woman. This is Cardi versus an entire narrative that the media was quick to latch onto. For months, headlines painted her as violent, out of control, a celebrity who thought she was above the law. Even though the court said otherwise, those headlines live on the internet forever. This countersuit is her way of rewriting that story. And the public reaction is split right down the middle. Some fans are chanting, "Cardi for president," praising her for fighting back. Others, though, are uneasy. They worry that suing this woman could look like punching down, a global superstar using her millions to crush an ordinary person. That tension is what makes this saga so addictive to watch. Here's a twist most people didn't see coming. Insiders claim Cardi's team is also considering asking for a public apology as part of the settlement. Not just money, not just silence, but an on-camera statement admitting the claims were false. Can you imagine the internet-breaking moment if this woman had to go live and say, "I lied about Cardi B"? The suspense is almost unbearable. With every new leak, every cryptic post, and every rumor swirling online, one thing is clear. This isn't just another celebrity legal case. This is a battle for reputation, dignity, and truth. And Cardi B isn't backing down. Not now, not ever. The only question is, who will come out standing when the dust finally settles? As we edge closer to the possible countersuit filing, the tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Cardi B's lawyer, known for being both aggressive and strategic, is rumored to be preparing a statement that will shake the entire entertainment industry. Legal analysts are already speculating on how massive this could get, calling it one of the boldest celebrity countersuits in recent history. What makes this even juicier is the potential payout. If Cardi's team proves defamation and damages, the security girl could owe Cardi millions. Ironic, considering she originally demanded $24 million from Cardi herself. The reversal would be poetic justice, turning the accuser into the accused. But it's not just about the money. Cardi knows that if she wins, it sets a precedent for all celebrities who face false accusations. It gives them a legal playbook to strike back instead of being dragged through the mud. Fans are already calling it the Cardi Clause, a new way for stars to defend themselves against character assassination. At the same time, skeptics warn that things could backfire. If the public perceives Cardi as bullying a lesser-known woman into silence, it could spark a new round of headlines accusing her of weaponizing her fame. The court of public opinion is often harsher than any courtroom, and that's the arena Cardi must balance carefully. Behind the scenes, Cardi is said to be calmer than expected. Insiders claim she's focusing on her family and music, even while her lawyer handles the storm. But make no mistake, she is watching closely. This isn't just business for her. It's personal. Cardi feels her name was dragged unfairly, and this countersuit is about reclaiming her power. The question everyone is asking now, will Cardi B actually sue? Or is this all legal posturing to scare the other side into backing off? Some say her team is bluffing to force a settlement. Others insist she's dead serious, ready to file paperwork as early as next month. If the lawsuit moves forward, expect a full media circus. Reporters will camp outside the courthouse, fans will trend hashtags, and YouTube channels like this one will break down every single move, twist, and turn. Because when it comes to Cardi B, there is no such thing as a small story. Everything is larger than life. But here's the final kicker. Cardi B has already won in one important way. She was found not guilty in the original case. That's on the record. No matter what happens next, she's already cleared her name in the eyes of the law. Everything now is about narrative, about how the public remembers this saga years from now. Will she be remembered as the fiery Bronx rapper who crushed false accusations with the full force of the law? Or will this story take another shocking twist that flips the script all over again? With Cardi, one thing's for sure. You never know what's coming next. So stay tuned, because this is far from over. Cardi B's legal chessboard is in motion, and every move counts. Whether it ends with a courtroom victory, a quiet settlement, or another bombshell headline, one truth remains. Cardi B refuses to be silenced. And in the game of reputation, she's playing to win.